Hello there. I'm happy to introduce part 2 of the Ace TANKER series. In this episode, I'll be featuring light tanks only. First in line is the ELC EVEN 90, which happens to be the easiest 5k damage I've ever dealt in a light tank. I'd call it impressive. You don't hit 5k in the ELC every day. Its main purpose is spotting, not dealing damage, and I personally find it very hard to play. This battle though is truly exceptional. The enemy team basically let me sit in one position and destroy them one by one without punishment. Since this video focuses on light tanks only, I want to share my general opinion about them. In short, I don't find them very satisfying to play. The ELC 90 just happened to be the first premium tank that I purchased, which is why it's now my third most played tank on the account. I originally used it to earn credits, and later it became my main tank for missions. Despite the common opinion that the ELC 90 is the best light tank, I personally perform better in the BC-12T, mostly because the gun feels more reliable. Spotting-wise and camo-wise, the ELC clearly has the advantage, but there are not many maps where you can fully take advantage of that. And that's the biggest downside of playing lights. You're heavily dependent on the map. On top of that, I'm not rich, so I can't afford to run 2 equipment loadouts on one tank. I keep a full spotting setup on every light I play, which limits the damage potential. Especially with the French autoloaders, the gun handling is awful without proper equipment. That makes this battle even more impressive, since I was running pure spotting gear. There is one more thing I don't like about ELC. It takes a long time to reach top speed. A turbo would definitely help, but we only got 3 equipment slots and I'm not willing to sacrifice any of the equipment that I use already. I used to run food, but I was getting set on fire way too often, so I removed it, and I can't rely on the firefighting crew skill. Don't forget that this tank only has 900 HP. 2 shots from most tanks of the same tier or higher are enough to kill you. Without a fire extinguisher, you're often a one-shot target. Trust me, I've lost plenty of battles because of that. Now just quick digression. I've been reconsidering the format of these videos. Do you prefer short analysis at the start followed by pure gameplay or full commentary throughout the battle? I'm also thinking about focusing on one high quality battle per video instead of 3. Let me know what works better for you. Alright, back to gameplay. Next up is PC-12T, which is actually a very solid tank when used in a support role. I'm not saying you can spot at all, but here's the issue. In a tier 8 matchup, trying to play pure scout will most likely lead to defeat. I don't know exactly why, but it feels similar to trying to spot in a tier 6 light tank. Has anyone really achieved consistent results doing that? You simply can't rely on your team to shoot what you spot. Because of that, it's usually better to take on a damage dealing role. On the other hand, you'll often face tier 10 tanks, which also means there is a high chance of encountering a tier 10 light. Against something like a Manticore, you're basically outclassed. So with that in mind, I decided to play the PC-12T more like a medium tank, while still keeping spotting equipment just in case. I really like the mobility of 12T. You can reach key positions quickly and have the opportunity to unload your magazine into crossing targets. The downside is accuracy. Shooting from distance often means missing a few shells, and you will clearly see that in this battle. I could have dealt more damage if I had taken a bit more time to aim. This battle was actually a loss, but I still wanted to include it to show that even in a tier 10 matchup, you can be valuable if you play the tank correctly. I was frustrated when I died, because afterward I realized that I could have carried it. But we have all had battles like that. Everything is going perfectly and then one mistake ends it.
Ils sont salement touchés. On va la voir, continue à tirer. Il est foutu. Véhicule ennemi. Joli tir. Ils sont salement touchés. On les tient, les gars. Il est cuit. Passez au suivant.
Oh shit, not good.
En plein dans le mille. Sortant de là, le véhicule est HS.
Finally, the AMX 1390.
C'est parti.
When I first started playing this tank, I struggled a lot. I didn't spend free XP to unlock the Top Gun, and as expected, the stock version is painful at tier 9 and above. No surprise there. Once I unlocked the Top Gun though, everything changed. The gameplay is similar to the BC-12T but better in every aspect. More punch, more impact. Of course, the trade-off is stronger enemies. There is not much to explain here, this battle speaks for itself. It's fast, aggressive, and it shows how a light tank should deal damage. Watch the positioning carefully. Most of my engagements happen from behind or from unexpected angles, which means the enemy rarely gets a chance to respond. Enjoy the battle and have a good one.